So I just want to say this. If there is any service that have been wounded by insurance, it's customs. Right now, when Nikon was sold, we lost over $1 billion to Nikon. The savings of our officers from 2009 to about 2016 were not paid. In fact, up to this hour, we are still fighting to see how we can get this money back. We are still fighting with Niger Insurance concerning another savings. So we are being careful. But the amount you made mention of 980, these are insurance that are meant for our aircraft and boats and what have you. So we are being careful to know the agency that will give us the necessary cover. And for the $2 billion that you mentioned, whether it's a golden handshake, we have condition of service when an officer retired. And I'm happy 2 of the people that I learned my job under, they are here with you as members of this esteemed committee. There is normally certain retirement benefits that are given to anybody that retires, depending on the period that you retire, and then depending on the rank that you retired with. So this money, looking at the number of officers that are retiring from Nigerian Customs Service, is so high to the extent that we are losing the good ones within a short period as such. So we have noted most of what you have said, and then we'll look at how we can go about it. So, Mr. Chairman, sir, I equally want to seize this opportunity. Like I said, the two distinguished chairmen from Oga Fadonsi to Oga Liru, I work under them, all of them. And I learned some of my trade in custom from the 2 of them. And I'm happy to tell Oga Fadonsi that from January to February, even within the Nigerian Customs Service, we know one thing. This is the period that the Chinese normally go on holiday. You know, they go on their annual holiday, and this annual holiday coincided with COVID. Still, there were ships that were in the sea, and they were still offloading into Nigeria. And as I mentioned from the word go, that we had congestion, not only in Lagos, but even in Port Harcourt that we mentioned at Oni. The roads are still bad. The roads leading to all our borders are bad. The roads leading to our airports at times are bad. So all these things contributed and make people taking their containers, make their life difficult in picking these containers. But the moment we have this COVID-19, the roads were open, there were less people outside, there was lockdown, and people are now paying their duties online. I want to tell you, even the CG and all of us in his management are always surprised. When we wake up in the morning, from 6 o'clock in the morning to about 6 o'clock in the evening, we look at our revenue generation. And when we see 6 billion in a day, 7 billion in a day, we are always taken aback. But that is because what Oga Fadonsi has mentioned, we are blocking all leakages. We make sure that the best is gotten for the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And we are trying to do our very best to see that all these revenue are blocked. And as head of human resources, we make sure that officers that have risk attached to their job are always removed from the seaports, borders, and even airports. So we are trying to do our very best to see that every kobo is being accounted for.